And, Jesus, dude. Fucking hell, man. Get your shit together, Gekkota. Jesus. What's up, Gekkotians? It's the one and only Gekkota coming to you for the first time on video. And I know what you're thinking. He's more handsome in person. Well, you'd be wrong. Look, we got a lot to cover today and very little time in which to do it. I'm going to be playing some Skate 3. We're going to be playing through a bunch of my parks that I've made and showcased over the past few months. Not in any particular order, just whatever tickles my fancy. We're going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing for my YouTube channel, what's going to be happening for the future, and we got a lot to cover. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first up we got one of the very earliest parks that I've made. I called this one Pebbles Everywhere. And the reason for that is just for some reason, despite how I made it, I still trip up on polygons here and there. And so I characterize it like, oh, there's pebbles everywhere. And that's how I named it. Anyway, this is a park. The whole idea behind it was just to do like a big whole like downhill jam. Not necessarily like, you know, any kind of like big air contest, although it kind of like turned into that as well. But just the idea that you're constantly going downhill, either to the left or to the right, and you know, just kicking ass and taking names. Are you? So a lot of things going to be coming up in the future. We're going to have a bunch more park showcases, possibly some. Definitely some time-lapse capture builds. So, Skate 4, allegedly coming out in July of next year. And I'm super stoked for it. I'm sure you guys are too. And as soon as that's out, we're definitely going to be... I'm going to be first in line to get that shit. You know I am. There's going to be lots to do about park building with that. You know there's... And with that comes just a new golden age for skate, you know. Big thing about me and skate, I love park building. I'm one of the biggest geeks when it comes to park building. I absolutely have loved making custom parks ever since Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, you know, first came out. And just wanting to just keep making, keep creating. I love the concept of it. I love the whole aspect of like trying to do anything I can within a set parameter of limited park pieces, limited space, a set list of laws in which, to do that with. And it's just something that I've always excelled in. I mean, something that I didn't realize that I excelled so much in it until my brother basically pointed it out to me. He's like, dude, you kick ass at like making parks. And you know me, I can't take compliments. But it got me thinking. You know, I wanted to start doing this, and I wanted to get with people who also love doing this. You know? Love to make parks, who love to show off parks and stuff. People who are as big a geek about it as I am. And it wasn't until, you know, until I had made my Facebook group, the Skate 3 Park Builders Club, that I realized how much of a calling there was for it. We're still a fairly small group at about 125 members. You know, just kind of twiddling our thumbs, posting what we can, waiting for Skate 4 to come out. As soon as that does, I'm going to see a resurgence in, you know, people's involvement in the game, with each other, online, sharing parks, going out and hanging on each other's parks, and just having a blast with it. I think we're going to switch over to this next park here. Alright, so this next one, there was, the whole premise behind this one was just, I was thinking what if I had made a mountain? This is right about the time I had started getting into, figuring out the whole merge glitch. And I got to thinking to myself, what if I could make a mountain? And what if it was like some kind of downhill snow park, but it wasn't snow, it was just concrete, I don't have snow, you can't use snow on here, there's not a snow park. But if it was all concrete, white concrete, and it kind of looks like this downhill thing, and pretty much this whole park was sort of inspired by SSX. And you can probably tell that from just the rolling hills, the long rails, the huge gaps. Definitely inspired by it. It's definitely one of my favorite games from back in the day on PlayStation 2, playing SSX Tricky. Dude, yeah, those were good days, weren't they? Weren't they? Alright, so some more content that you're probably going to end up seeing on my channel will be, we're going to start doing some more tutorials. I'm going to start doing tutorials. Either I'm going to be doing some skate park building tutorials. I'm going to be doing some, for those of you who don't know, I'm also a producer, so I make chip style music. And for those who don't know what chip style is, it's if you know what chip tunes are. Chip tunes are that 8-bit music that you find here and there. It's often made with the hardware from these old retro video games like Game Boys, Super Nintendos, Ataris, Sega Genesis, Commodore 64s, whatever ran tracker systems back in the day. For those who don't know what a tracker system is, I'm not going to get into that right now. That's for a whole other different day. But what I do is I make chip style, which basically is making this 8-bit music, but through a digital audio workstation like Fruity Loops or Ableton. Ableton's what I use. And so I'm going to be doing some tutorials of production, just teaching people how to make this or that, or how to work the DAW, or other plugins like Serum is one big one that I like to use. It's pretty much my primary plugin. And yeah, so you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of educational videos coming from my channel, as well as, just kind of showing off and having a good time of it. Sharing and showing and telling with other people as well. This is going to be a very community centered channel. And I want you guys to be there with me as we grow, So, I tell you, I have a hard time talking and skating at the same time. Honestly, though, I am garbage at this game. And you'll see that as I'm skating and just kind of doing my thing. I'm, like, not paying attention at all. But even when I am paying attention, I'm just pure garbage at this game. It just is. It is what it is. But, other kinds of content that you guys are going to be seeing in the future is going to be, I'm also a flow artist of the poi style. I like to spin poi, I like to do, I don't have any fire poi yet, I'm looking to get some in the future. I do have just some regular contact poi. I have some LED poi, by which I mean like the pixel poi. The kind of when you spin them and they show pictures and stuff, the ones that you can program. The model I run is Ignis Pixel 48 pixel light. That's pretty much the model I'm running right now. They do what I like. They work pretty well. I'm for what I do, I'm a professional at it. When I say professional, I work for Liberty Tax Service, and I'm one of those guys that stands on the side of the road in the outfit and, you know, just kind of waves at traffic. But instead of waving, I'm doing my poi, you know? I'm spinning shit over my head and having a good time of it. Just listening to music and dancing, and I get paid to do it. I mean, how great is that? So you'll definitely be seeing a bunch of videos of that as well in the future. So something to look forward to. And I'll probably be doing it with my head. Those who are curious about my head and want to know more, please come down to the comments, and I'd be happy to chat it up with you on it. Let's move on to the next part here. We're clicking right along, I think. A lot better than the last time I tried to do this. Alright, Tropic Snake Run. This is one of my crowning achievements, and not just because I think that it's like better than any other park out there or anything like that. It's just this park I've put in the most effort into out of any of my parks that I've ever made. And part of the reason for that is this is right around the beginning of the time where I learned how to do merge glitch. Again, I've been showing just a bunch of stuff that I've learned right after getting merge glitch. And I didn't know about the whole putting props and just like maxing out your prop meter over there, maxing out your prop meter in order to keep it from crashing. Apparently that works. Apparently that's a thing. So those who don't know. But I definitely had a lot of fun despite that, making this game, or making this park. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of planning and designing and figuring it out and retrying things. After all of the crashed games without saving, you know, I scrap bad ideas and come up with new ideas and just did it better every time. And so don't ever get discouraged if you ever have something that you were working on for hours and it crashes and you lose everything. Don't get discouraged. That happens, and it will happen time and time again, especially if you're not careful. But if it does happen, you know, that is, it's not a defeat. It's a chance to do better the next time around. Say there were some things that you just weren't vibing to. It just wasn't looking right, wasn't sounding right, wasn't whatever it is that you're working on in the medium that you're using. But whenever you lose all your progress and you have to start over from scratch, you had things that you weren't liking before, now it's your time to fix that and make it even better. You know what I mean? So definitely keep that in mind as you're working on your craft, on your creative thing, on your whatever it is you're doing. Glow up, brother. You know, get better. Keep on trying, keep on going at it, never stop. And don't let anyone ever tell you to stop, too. Anyway, this park is honestly one of my favorite parks that I've created. And a lot of that is just due to the utmost flow that comes from this park. I mean, the way that everything just kind of like works together, flows into itself from one direction or the other. There's so much skateability here. And that's why it's one of my favorites. I made this little spot up here. I'm actually kind of proud of this spot, and it's just because, you know, I had to take the quarter pipes here, you know, and tried to make them so that they would sit right and not catch on each other. And then I had to take the big Zen rocks and turn them into a curved wall. And this took some doing. I'm not gonna lie, dude, this took some doing. And as did all of this park. This entire park took a lot of doing. Just so much effort, so much thought was put into it, and so much designing. And yeah, this is easily one of my best parks. And it's not even anywhere close to my latest park, and that's how good it is, you know. It's just, and I'm biased to it, you know. It could be absolute garbage in someone else's eyes, and that's fine, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and say that my thing is the best in the world, but it is at least the best, in my opinion, to the rest of my parks. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making it. A lot of fun skating it. I hope you guys do too. And with these parks, I'm gonna try to keep re-upping them in, you know, the new parks, fresh new parks. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to re-up these parks as much as I can, you know, here and there, so everyone else can get a chance to enjoy them. Download them, please. Just check them out, give them a run through. You don't have to, you know, give me a rating or anything. I just want you guys to see them. I just want you guys to try them out. Not that I don't get a lot of, you know, high ratings for my parks. That's not the point why I make them. It's just, I just want to show you guys. I want to show off to the world. I want people to enjoy it. I want to enjoy other people's parks, and that's the whole point of this. What I'm doing with this whole Skate 3 thing, and eventually Skate 4 when it comes out. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. By the way, I apologize to you guys if you're hearing a bunch of noise coming from the recording. I need a new door for my room here. Not that door, the one that you don't see that's off camera. I don't have one on it. It's basically just a scarf covering the entranceway, or not a scarf, like a what do you call those? Like a shawl? That thing. Whatever you call those. Anyway, so yeah, my furnace is on and it's going, and the dishes are running. My wife's watching videos, so a lot of noise right now, so I apologize for that. Things are going to be changing in the future. You know, we're going to have much better, higher quality as time goes on, and as much effort as I'm going to put into it is what we're going to get out of this, you know what I mean? We're going to be growing together. So this park was really interesting to try to make, and mostly just because of how high in elevation that it is. As you can see, there are the beams from the warehouse in the back lots map. And you can see how low to the ground we are, or how high up the ground is to it. And so that posed quite the challenge for me. But again, you know, I love challenges. I love to, I never back down from a challenge, you know. If I take it up, I'm there, I'm with it. I try to see it through to the end. Alright, so, more stuff for the future of the channel. We're going to be working together with Jasen Explosion. He's a really good friend of mine. We've known each other for years. I've watched him glow up with his channel and doing his Elden Ring thing. I kind of helped him get started with that one, and just kind of been there for him, helping him through the hard times. And now we're going to be working together, doing a bunch of things. I'm going to be playing alongside of him, doing some Let's Plays, doing some, you know, multiplayer, first-person shooters, and fun stuff like that. So, definitely give him a look-see. Yeah. Give him a sub. Give him a like on his videos, comment. Let him know what you think. And that's Jasen Explosion. And he's actually kind of a big part of who Gekkota is. One thing that we've been working on together is a cartoon that we sort of started a while ago, like a way long time ago. I always keep forgetting to put a session marker. So does everyone else, apparently. I see it all the time. Everyone just like, ugh, forgot to put a session marker. Fuck. Gotta go back. Jesus Christ, dude, I'm fucking garbage at this game. Anyway, so, Jasen Explosion. We've been working together on this cartoon called Dimension Brawlers, and that's actually kind of where Gekkota comes from. Or at least that's what's gonna be officially his backstory. My backstory. You know what I mean? So, sorry, my chin strap keeps getting loose. Anyway, so, Dimension Brawlers. It's pretty much the story of Gekkota, Disco Droid, and Ray Ray. That's Jasen's character, Ray Ray. Disco Droid is one of my co-producers who I've worked with since 2012, and we've kind of learned the whole production thing together. We kind of grew together on that one. We'll eventually be getting him involved here pretty soon too. He's dealing with some stuff. I'm not going to get into details on it, but as of right now, he's kind of been out of the picture temporarily. As life goes on, and we'll see kind of how that goes. More explanations will come from that. But anyway, so Dimension Brawlers is pretty much the story of us three friends who are friends with the scientist who she ends up creating interdimensional travel. Now, mind you, we came up with this idea long before Rick and Morty came out. They're just faster than us. So, it is what it is. We had to, like, change designs on everything. Concept designs, concept art, storyline. We've had to change things around here and there to kind of make it our own. Because that's what we were trying to do from the first place, you know, trying to make this story. And we've finally gotten the first episode storyboarded. Life has just kind of like presented us with the opportunities to kind of like stop, smell the roses, and actually work on this thing. And so we've gotten down that far. So in the future, you can be expecting to see a like a storyboarded animatic with, you know, the proper voiceovers, or at least a generalized voiceovers of the proper characters. So that's definitely something going to be shown up in the future here. We're definitely going to be working towards going to a webcomic. I feel like it's going to be a much easier path to start, you know, pumping out content. You know, if we were to try to delve into the animation scene right now, we're going to be struggling on that front. You won't see very much consistent content from us if we were to try that route. So I think the webcomic is going to be a better bout, at least until we can get our idea sold to, I don't know, Netflix, or, you know, maybe even Cartoon Network or something. Adult Swim, for Christ's sakes. But yeah, definitely going to be heading that direction. Alright, enough being inside, we're going to be outside now. As you can see, this is a two-parter. had a lot of fun making this one. And I know I say that about a lot of my parks, but I do. I have a lot of fun making this. And it's just mostly, like, getting to express myself, getting to express my thoughts and my concepts. I'll oftentimes start with just a concept, like, what if I build a park that was like this? And then I go into it. I try to methodically go about creating the skeletal structure, or at least some of like the main parts, and I'll just kind of do it chunk by chunk and sort of flesh out the whole flow of the park, the whole the layout, so to speak. And then I'll, you know, get into doing the decorations, like the foliage, the lights up there, the triple railing. Even as something as simple as, like, these trees that got flipped upside down, turned black, and made to look like, basically like rubber bumpers. Just expanding on thoughts and ideas and concepts and trying out something new every time, you know? Sure, there's a bunch of things that you kind of like, you know, fall back into, you know, just certain ways of building parks that you just kind of like, it becomes normal, it becomes the usual for you. It's something I try to break away from. You know, I try to experiment a lot of the times, and you know, I get rewarded pretty well for it in terms of how happy that, you know, it ends up making me. Like, oh, I like this. I like the way that turned out. I think that looks cool. I think that was a neat idea. And I hope that it inspires someone else to try that too. And a lot of the stuff that I've made too is kind of inspired by other people as well. I mean, we're talking about like people like Epic Flying Horse, Dies, Pancakes, IVIP all day. You know, just a lot of the big name Skate 3 aficionados. I don't know about aficionados, but definitely the people who love to make content on this game. People I've followed for a long time have all inspired me and helped me to kind of become the park creator that I am today. Alright, so we're going to skip on over to the next park here. Alright, so the sewer run. This is another downhill, you know, style park that I was inspired to make. Kind of liked the idea of skating in the sewers. You know, I was looking through all of you know, after having skated the spillways and stuff, it just kind of got me thinking about sewers and stuff. I wanted to make a downhill style sewer run, and so that's what I ended up doing. So here we're going to go right on in and check her out. It's more of like a story almost, like you're just kind of going through the park. Some garbage at it, but I keep forgetting to put a marker. As you can see, it's just kind of this like run. Just this downhill run. There's paths that you can take one way or another. There's a short way, there's a long way, there's every which way. Hard part. This part's so hard because it's going uphill. Oh, okay, I made it at least. And I'm gonna put a marker there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get around if you're garbage like me. Yeah, another park I put a lot of time and effort into. It's not the most skatable. It's not like you know, it's not like a skate park. You know, it's a part of the world. You know what I mean? It's not always about the skating, although it's exactly what it is about. It's about the skating. But it's about like this area under the ground, under the fuck is that place called? Carverton. Port Carverton. It's a dilapidated part of the sewers in Port Carverton. You know what I mean? I don't understand why it is that you cannot fall from like any distance whatsoever onto a catwalk platform. I don't know why, but for some reason it just doesn't like you doing that. And I don't know why, it pisses me off. I would have been cool with that. So, another person that I've been working with, Josh Wieland. He's another producer like myself. He was actually producing before I was. We were in a band together, and he was about ready to leave the band. He was going to head down to LA and then eventually Mexico. You know, he was going on like a personal journey. You know what I mean? He was going like on a spirit journey. And I was all for it, even though, once again, my band is breaking up. And I fucking hate that about living in Alaska and trying to start up a band. If you've ever lived in Alaska and started a band, you know it's really fucking difficult to get people to stick around and make something happen. And so I noticed, like, days before he was leaving, he was working on some electronic music on Ableton, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. I like what you're doing. I dig the concept. I kind of like put two and two together what it is that he was doing, because it's not the first time I've ever been, you know, introduced to a DAW. I'd worked with GarageBand years before that, and you know, had learned how to do at least very, very primary, fundamental production stuff. You know what I mean? So he basically, he sat me down and he's like, look, we're go get Ableton, and you know, we'll go from there. And so I did, and he gave me a bunch of YouTube tutorials to kind of teach me how to use it, and I pretty much just kind of like boomed from there. It was like a spark went off, and I was hooked on doing it. And so I became a producer. It's just something that has been a really big part of who Gekkota is. It's just who I am, you know? I make music, and I like to play video games. So I figure, video game music, that shit just clicks, right? Anyway, moving on to the next part, because apparently I can't skate this for goddamn shit. Oh, this isn't the one. You know what, fuck it though, we're gonna play this one. Alright, so this was the one that I made for Halloween, the Jack's Boneyard. And this is my second take at a neon park. The whole premise behind it is that guy there, that big old fucking pumpkin in the background, that's Jack. He was like, I came up with a park that had an antagonist. You know what I mean? So, he is Jack. You know, he's the jack-o'-lantern. He's evil and he wants to get you. Look at his bony fingers. But I decided I was going to put claws all over the park, and as you can see towards the end of this quarter pipe right here, just kind of hanging out and looming over. And if you do a handstand the wrong way, your foot's going to touch his hand and he's going to make you fall, and he gotcha. And that's the whole premise behind it, is that it's a park with perils. It's a park with a bad guy that's trying to get you if you fuck up and do wrong. I was gonna try to show the other neon park that I made, but I feel like this one's just got so much better flow to it. Y'all know? So, more stuff going on. On top of being a producer, I'm also a DJ. You know, it's kind of hard to be a producer and not be a DJ, because how else are you supposed to show off your music unless you're playing? Well, how do you show off electronic music? Well, I guess you can do live production, but DJing just kind of is the direction that I'd rather have gone towards. And you know, I'm definitely going to be incorporating live production into my repertoire eventually. I need to get more controls for that kind of thing. I need to get certain kinds of controls. As we continue to grow, you're going to continue to see better and better content in that direction, you know. But on top of, you know, the whole production thing, like I said, I DJ. Mostly I've been DJing for a company called Arise Entertainment, run by Joshua Davis. And Arise, it used to be his band. Well, it still kind of is his band, even though it's on hiatus right now. I was the DJ for it, because it was a, what do you call it, new metal? It was a new metal band. Jesus, dude. Fucking hell, man. Get your shit together, Gekkota. Jesus. But yeah, so, doing mostly, like teen dances, family events. One of the big things that we're doing right now is the silent events. And those who don't know what a silent event is, it's basically it's a dance, but you don't bring any big speakers, you don't bring your subs, you don't bring, all that you bring is just a bunch of headphones that have 3 channels on them. And, you know, people can select the channel that they want to listen to, red, green, or blue. You get up to 3 channels, or at least 3 sources that can be broadcasted. And you go to this show and you rent a headset and you pick your channel and pick your music that you want to listen to, and you just vibe. And say the channel that you're listening to plays a song that you don't really vibe with all that much. Well, there's no need to clear the crowd, you know what I mean? You can just switch channels and then keep on dancing. So it's really interesting dynamic in terms of like how to play these kinds of shows. It's a lot different from like if it's just you playing and you're having to, you know, sit there and read the crowd and make sure you're not dropping any bombs that aren't going to be you know, making everyone want to disperse. You know what I mean? So there's a certain level of security to it. 2, there's a certain level of dude, everyone is going to be vibing all the time, the entire time, and really being enjoying it. And it's a new kind of style of event. There's so much to it. It's a lot of fun. I did it over at the State Fair this year, the Alaska State Fair. We had Prepmode came out. He was our special guest DJ. Fucking phenomenal turntablist. If you ever seen anyone do turntablism, he is the man to look at in terms of that. Got a chance to meet him. Super cool guy. If you ever get the chance, dude, look him up on Instagram, Facebook. I don't know if he has a YouTube. You might want to check that. definitely give him some of your attention. He's worth it. Worth checking out. Trust me. Everyone that I've mentioned so far is worth checking out. So if you get the time and the chance, for Josh Wieland, you'll find him as Young Keto or Oshu. I think that's the name that he's going with right now is Oshu. Give that a look-see. Look that up. He's on Facebook. He's on SoundCloud. And I don't know if he's got an Insta. Definitely check it out just in case. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Apparently I'm done doing this part. We're gonna keep on moving. So, I have a lot more parks to show. I don't have a whole lot more time in which to show them, and I don't have a lot more time in which to say the things that I wanted to say. We're actually kind of getting right down on the end of the list here. So, it was going to be that if I still had more to say and no more parks in which to show, I was going to show the new park that I was working on. But we went on really fast through the topics, really fast through my parks, except I still have so many more parks. We haven't even touched base on any of the parks that I haven't showcased yet. So I'm just going to show you guys what I've been working on lately. And we're just going to wrap up this video here on this map. Alright, so this is the SLS Super Crown, men's Super Crown skate park that was going on this year. Or still is going on. I'm not entirely certain. I wasn't following that just because life and everything that's been going on has been super busy. Haven't been able to keep up on much news lately. Yeah, so I got challenged to make this park. Well, it was sort of an open challenge. It wasn't a specific challenge to me, but I decided to take it up and try it out. Because I do like a challenge. I love me a good challenge. This was challenging. It was very challenging. And everything that's gone into it. But, okay, so for the future, what's coming up here, I'm going to be doing basically what's called an Unis Honest, for those who don't know what it is. I first learned of it with Markiplier, and what he did for, he did a channel called Unis Honest, and it's, I believe it's Greek for 1 year, and the whole premise behind it is what they did is they started a channel, and it was a channel in which they posted a video every day, and it was a challenge to them, you know. It was something where it was like they're just gonna continue to keep making content and keep pumping it out every single day, and by the end of the year, at the end of 365 days and 0 seconds, they deleted the channel. And it's supposed to be symbolic. It's supposed to be very, you know, there was a certain poetry to it, you know, and it was very, very meaningful to Mark, to the people that were involved in watching them do their thing. And it inspired a lot of other people to do these like year-long goals. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing here in the future. Come New Year's, you're going to see a video of mine, and I'm going to announce my own personal little Unis Honest, my set of goals that I'm going to make for myself to try to accomplish over the year. And it's going to be a huge challenge to me. It's going to be a very huge challenge, because not only do I mean, Markiplier, he does that shit for a living. That's his one job, you know what I mean? I have 2 jobs currently. I'm a DJ, and I also work night shifts at a group home. And on top of that, I'm going to be working for Liberty Tax this tax season. So I'm going to be working 3 jobs. I can't post a video every day. It's just not possible. Because on top of that, I also have a wife. I have cats that I take care of. I got adulting to do. You know what I mean? So all of my time can't be spent making videos, but I am going to be making an effort of it, and I will give you guys the numbers. I'm going to be working on that, and I'm going to be figuring out what's going to be the best plan of attack, what's the kind of set of goals, and the methodologies that I'm going to be utilizing to accomplish these goals. I will get that to you guys as soon as I'm ready to post that vid. As soon as New Year's comes around and we're ready to tackle this year together. And I got a lot of high hopes. I got a lot of, ambition for this. And I want you guys to be there with me. I want you guys to grow with me and go on this journey together. I want to be there to keep on creating this content and keep on giving to the community and keep on giving to those who are willing to learn, to try things for themselves, to inspire people. We're going to be doing a lot together, and I'm super excited for it. I'm so stoked to even begin doing this right now. This video right now is monumentous to me. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I hope it's not the last. I really do. I want to tackle this and take it as far head on as I can, and I want you guys to be there and witness and be a part of it. And if that's something that you guys want to do too, I mean, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like my videos, it really helps. Hit the bell button so that you can be notified for whenever I make videos and drop them, so that you guys can be there to, check it out right when it drops. So yeah, this park, I have so much more to do on it. I've pretty much got the body of the park pretty much well done. There's certain parts that, there's certain spots that are a little glitched on the polygons, and I gotta do some workarounds to make it work, but for the most part, the body of it is finished. And then I just have to do the surrounding environment. That looks sick, actually, dude. That was a nice little... I think it was a tail, wasn't that? Or no, it was a nose, or... I don't even know what it was. I wasn't paying attention, and my nose kind of hid the message. I love the way this one was laid out. It was very difficult to put together, especially with these angles. I really had to think about how I was going to build this park, and it was a challenge because I could easily just throw pieces together in the exact angles that I'm seeing on the pictures online, but I knew that if I did it that way, there would be a lot of polygonal, when you run over a polygon that's not basically anchored to the other polygon and it catches the board, because that's the way the physics works on Skate 3, but I got it to work. For the most part, I've got it to work. I've got certain spots that I wasn't so sure I was going to be able to make skatable. Ended up being pretty skatable. I think the one biggest issue right now that I've seen so far is across the grassway here, right here. The board likes to catch on these polygons, even though I've made contingencies to make that not such a big deal. It still is a deal, and I still have to deal with it, and I'm dealing with it now, and I'm not done dealing with it until I'm done dealing with it, and that's the way the deal is. So, that's where we're at. Anyway, I'm all done here. I don't have a whole lot of time left. I gotta get ready for work here pretty soon, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and I will catch you guys on the next video.